I'm here. I'm just getting everything set up. Okay, your turn. Nope, not that one. Okay. Okay. Hi, Sue. You betcha. Journals kind of are like a newfangled diary. Um, you make notations in it. You journal your personal thoughts, and then if you want to, you come back and paint over them. That's what a lot of people do with theirs. And then others of us, just like to fill a book with kind of like collage compositions, and I use papers that I've made for the most part. So there's that. Other people do more picture type, with maybe a face or a person cut out of a magazine with some cutout words or sentiment like that. That's a very popular one. This one I would classify a little bit more as an art journal rather than just this is my intuitive journal. And I call it intuitive because whatever I see laying around on my desk gets used. A travel journal would be where you would have a little book and let me get one. Maybe. Hang on just a sec. Let me find one. Just when you need one, you can't find it. I'll find one. They're always here when I need them. I mean, they're always here, except real poopy. Ah. I found one right there within 3 feet. This is kind of what was started by the travel journal. Let me get my papers off my computer. Let me write this down if I can spell it right. I don't think I spelled it right. Fibonacci. Not that one. That won't let me tweet. No, let me get rid of it. Okay, Fibonacci. They're also called traveler's journals. And the reason people like them so well is that they're just held together with elastic. This is not a good one because this takes a while to, and that's not a good one anyway. Excuse me and the puppies. All right, this is a large one that I use to store papers. This is based on the Fibonacci travel journals. Again, elastic. And this is bound with elastic. And all you do is put papers under the elastics. And these are, like I said, these are collage papers I've made. This one has 4 elastics. You can kind of see here how they're put in. And then on your travels, you can, or even before you leave, you can take them and put whatever size paper you need, double the size of the book, and just slide it under there, and you've got papers ready to go to write on or whatever. And then ticket stubs and ephemera and travel itineraries and stuff like that can just slide under the string while you're traveling. And then when you get home, you can either decide to bind it permanently into a book or leave it like it is. Okay, that's my halfway attempt at that. Another type of journal that's very popular is one that has been bound into a book. And a lot of people like to do these because it's like a book binding combined with an art journal. This was one that I just used for practicing certain types of watercolor. Let's see. I've made junk journals for new babies where the entire thing is just made of scraps and papers I've found online that relate to having a baby. You know, like nursery rhymes and pictures and stuff like that. Thank you, Gio. I'm fumbling around trying to explain to Sue about junk journals or travel journals. Well, I got close with it. I didn't have an A in there. Hobonichi's another. Yeah, exactly, Sue. And they just have a theme, more or less. I tell you, there's a good. This was how I got started. Because I came to this from painting world, and none of it made sense to me either. Come on, I don't need you on there. And write this down, or somebody write it down for me. It's journaling by fives. And you just take a regular old dollar composition book and you glue pages together so that you only have 20 of these. And then the first 5 minutes, you just slop paint on every page. And the second 5 minutes, it might be collage. Third 5 minutes might be some writing or words glued on. And the fifth might be a focal point image like, well, I didn't really have, like something like that, or a picture cut out of a magazine. The trick to this is that you're doing it fast, intentionally doing it fast. You set a timer and everything for 5 minutes. You have all of your stuff ready beforehand, anything that you want to glue down. And what it did for me was it made me stop obsessing over the blank page. Because when I finished this, I had a journal that had something on every page, and that if I wanted to, I could go back in here and keep working on them or leave it like it is. But I've done 3 or 4 of these. Shannon Green is a friend of mine, and it was her concept. Of course, none of our concepts are entirely our own, because we all kind of feed off each other, but she's where I first found out about it. She's got a ton of videos online with it. So that's just kind of a cross between a junk journal and, junk journal. I've seen people make journals out of catalogs, like mail catalogs that you get. You just gesso the pages and start working, because a lot of them are out of really nice paper. Okay, anybody else have anything to add to that? Oh, thank you, Gio. Joycey. Let's see, who else does see? Elizabeth, I'm so glad you came today. The group is nice. And if they're not nice, somebody will slap them. But we have fun, and feel free to interact, ask questions. My streams are very relaxed. We don't have a theme. I don't do a project-based video. Sometimes I do, but I chit-chat all the way through it. So it's informal. There's the word I'm looking for. I have committed to do 2 YouTube videos a week, and they are on Tuesdays and Thursdays around 4 o'clock, 3:30 to 4, because it gets dark and it kind of affects the light in my studio to a certain extent. Besides that, when it gets dark, I think it's time for my chair. So anyway, this is my second intuitive journal. This book and the other book just like it came from Goodwill. I got them for, I think, $1, $2 a piece. Autofocus is doing something weird. Stop it. I'll have to keep an eye and see if it bothers us. So this was just it's just a lightweight writing journal, but you can always put a coat of acrylic paint or something like that on it to give the paper a little more body, and then when you glue things on it, it works fine. This was started for me by Robin McClendon. I don't know what that bouncing is, but I'm not liking it. Robin has a very active YouTube channel, and she's got a wonderful Patreon page where you can get an awful lot of information from her there for nominal $5 a month. So that's what it is. I did go through my papers earlier. For once, I'm a little bit prepped, okay? And I usually can get 2 spreads done in a 1.5 to 2 hour session. And because we have some newbies here, I'm just going to give a quick flip through. And the reason I call it intuitive, Robin calls it a collage journal. I sometimes just wait until I'm here and then look through my paper and find something that grabs my little eye, like a little raccoon, and then I'll build a page around it. So there's no rhyme or reason. There's no plan. It's interesting to go back through and see. Sometimes you're in a bright phase, and sometimes you're in a more subdued grade phase, like this. Neutrals. And I've really gotten to where I really, really like neutrals. And I've been making more of them. Washi tapes. But this one doesn't fit with anything else in the book, but it is what it is. a bright day. And we've been using color shift paints from Folk Art, and you can get them at Walmart. You can get them at Hobby Lobby, and probably Michael's. I don't have a Michael's here, so I can't tell you that. The best price is at Walmart. There are 10 colors, I believe, unless they've added some recently. But these are a sheer glimmer, if you can imagine. Let me find. Like this kind of a sheer. You can see through it. So if you have something under it, you can keep what's under there showing. Here's some of the orange. You can jelly print direct into the book. Here's another one I particularly like. And another one I like. And some of these are drop cloths from, having a piece of paper under my work surface where you clean brushes and make marks and do all that. I save those and use them in collage. That was a bright day. This is my heat it. Help! Shoot. I'm blank. Help me. Help me. Help me. You put it on there and then heat it. And it's 3-dimensional. Y'all know what I mean. And then intuitive writing is just pretend Asian writing to make it kind of mysterious. Old book pages. But this particular style to me is simple, where you may see some folks that do journal pages that will have 5, 6, 7 layers on them. And there are no rules. You just do what you feel like. Stencils and stamps and calligraphy marks. You can make those with a stick. Here's some of the sheer paints. Martha Stewart also has a lot of sheer shimmery paints. Now, the theory being an idea book is that I could go through this book or hand it to a client, and they might say, I like this one. Could you duplicate that or come close to that look on a 12 by 18? And I need 2 of them to hang together over my fireplace. So that's the way I justify spending time playing, which really it's not playing. That one's pretty. This has some modeling paste on it. Embossing powder. Hello. This is some jelly printing I did using pan pastels, I do believe. Here's another one that I actually painted a face on the jelly plate and then used wrinkled lightweight craft paper. Actually, it's not craft paper. It's the paper that they scrunch up inside your boxes. Here's another one of my faces done with pan pastel and then wrinkled paper to pull a print. But anyway, the sheer things and the acrylic paints any acrylic paints in here are used really, really thin, and use a credit card to just put a lightest of layers on it. And then that helps the pages dry really fast. This is another example. I'm not into, personally, and particularly in this book, not into little things that I glue down, but I had them and they were on my desk, so I used them. But that's just for this type of journal. This piece of paper is interesting. This is from an inkjet print that was on my desk. It got wet, And on the back of those, you get some of the most interesting colors and patterns. So I don't throw away my inkjet prints anymore. When I'm finished with them, I just spray them with water and let them sit over to the side. Boy, that one's wild, but I like it. And it's a way to use up a lot of jelly prints. And I've got some that really need to be used up or painted over. The only reason this book is sticking is because when I've done other pages, I get glue stuff on the edges. And sometimes when you have a brush or something that's got extra paint on it, don't throw it away. Just wipe it off on another page. And then that can be the starting place for another page. This is a napkin. And again, it's not something that I normally use, but it's nice. I don't plan my two spreads to be identical or relating, but it's nice to just have relating colors when you look at it. Here's a piece of homemade washi tape made out of that drop sheet. Had white paint on it. So, let me see what y'all are saying. Okay, if you have any more questions, let me have them. Anyway, Tuesdays and Thursdays, and I've got kind of a little conundrum because I'm doing, let me pull this down, 3 classes this year. This is a great little desktop easel. I got it on Amazon for about 20 bucks. It's really lightweight, nice, and it works. Anyway, I'm doing Una Piagioni. I love the way she says it. Put this up here. It's just on one side. I'm putting everything in one class. In one book. I'm doing Cara Bullock, Let's Face It 2020. And I'm forcing myself to be a student. And that's what you need to do anytime you take a class or a workshop. Because if you think you're going to go in there and learn something by doing it the way you've always done it, you're not. You're not going to get full benefit of that teacher's expertise. So I'm a realism painter. So for me to do scribble drawing is a huge step into the unknown. The same thing, kind of using, I think we used some acrylic or charcoal. That's Una's. This is another Yona, done with acrylic. The goal was to have brush marks showing so that, it doesn't look like skin so much. This is, Cara Bullock had a countdown the 12 days before Christmas with little, challenges every day, just a little project that you could do or not do. But this particular one was to use acrylics like watercolor. And this one I consider to be a huge fail, but one of my friends loved it. So, you can't ever tell. This is one where I thought, yeah, I know how to do that. So I just jumped ahead and worked on it while the teacher was teaching. And I did not get what she was teaching because I was showing off right here in my own studio. And these are also extreme deviations for me. It's an unconscious type of drawing where we were limited to red and white and black and charcoal and anything that would make a mark, scribbling, just whatever, and wet it, spray it, and see what you come up with. And here's another one. And this was also in Caro's thing. It was abstracted faces, and it was drawn. It was drawn from someone else's work. I don't remember her name. I'm sorry. But again, this is such a departure for me. This is not a departure for me, and I screwed it up anyway. This was a hand in watercolor, and this book is mixed media paper. And I went through all of my pages and put a light coat of gesso like chalk paint. And so I thought, well, okay, I'll just paint on that. I know what I'm doing. Well, of course, it doesn't work that way. I knew better. This worked like hot press paper. You don't get to smooth it or anything. I did not start with I just barely had an outline, a drawing of the hand. So anyway, there's that. And then I did it again on watercolor paper. It's a little better. But my deal is I have to take this stuff seriously. And this one I'm really proud of. This was in Una's class. Charcoal. I've never worked with charcoal, and I've decided that I really kind of like it. This was in Una's class, or Juna. I think she says Juna. We did faces with collage, and then the point was to come back at this stage and just roughly pencil in the features and then unify the darks with a wash of thin down matte medium and a little bit of acrylic paint so that you don't hide everything, but you unify it. And then do the same thing with the lights. I kind of fell in love with this one because the lips are accidental. Those are just little pieces of calligraphy marks I had made in Sumi ink. So I thought, I like that one the way it is for now, and so I'll do another one. So I did this one in blues. You can see the collage papers underneath in acrylic. So, and then the other one that I'm taking is Wanderlust. And that's all done in a journal. So there's my, I went back with, I'm on the week 2 of Una's, and it's a self-study course. You can start it anytime you want to. And we're working on profiles, which I can pretty well do a front face without any problem. I can do one without, let me see if I can do auto. If I crash, hang in there, just wait, because StreamYard will bring it back automatically. Let's see if that helps. And it's locked. Okay, hang on. I'm going to reload it. Okay. Let's see, if I'd have been on YouTube with this and something happened or the internet burped or whatever, I would have to start a whole new stream. So I don't draw to draw. I draw to paint, and I draw to use all different kinds of scratchy mediums and stuff. But you still got to know where the nose goes in relation to the eyes and that sort of thing. So, and then I'm practicing because I'm the kind of person that if I get this in my brain, it'll be there. Parts of this I've known, and parts of this I've used for years. I was trained by portrait artists who just sat down and started painting. So drawing was never a huge deal. Okay. Check, check. Thanks, Elizabeth. So drawing is just a skill. It's just like learning to cook. It does not require talent. It requires wanting to. So an online friend of mine is doing a class, but she's already in the middle of it. But you can find a lot of drawing stuff online. So that's it. Have another swig of my frozen Slim Fast. And I've been doing the last couple of weeks on lives. I did some smalls and pastels, 2.5 by 3.5. It's not jumping so much. Okay. And I'm going to put those in little acid-free plastic sleeves and put them on my website for sale. So there'll be some lower priced stuff for people. All right. Hum. There you go. I'm thinking, what do I want? Let me see if I can get some out of here. Excuse me. This is used a lot. You'll find for this kind of journaling that the cheaper acrylics do really well because that didn't want to come open. Because they're thinner, they've got more binder in them. And that sheer look is what we're after, or what I'm after here. I got the paint bucker out of the lid. Credit card. Let's use a credit card. And, well, excuse you. This is just about empty. The Simply line from, it's De La Rowney and Walmart carries it, is a real good, inexpensive. Your all of your deco art and folk art and all those are good. And surprisingly enough, the Art Fine Touch from Hobby Lobby, their private house brand, is really kind of sheer. So see, inexpensive paints do have value. I'm going to cover the whole page because that will cover up the... When I buy these, I buy them in twos. Because I do not want to get to a certain point and have to run out of paint. Now, I should have a piece of... This is how I get my pages kind of stuck together. Deli paper to the rescue. There. You newcomers have any requests or something I've done that you'd like to know more about, just message me. I'm easy to get along with. I think this one is just about empty. You can always cut the end off the plastic tube. But then I'd be pushed into using more of it right now, which I may not want to do. There's always 2 or 3 sessions worth of paint left in the inside of these tubes. So if you don't know, let that dry, you can just cut it about right here or so and dig into it with a spatula or a brush. And then this end, you just jam down in the cut end and it'll keep it for a couple of days. Or you can wrap saran wrap around it and then put that in. So there we go on that. I've been doing all these drawings and classes and stuff, and I can't get into my paint. I'm going to use this Folk Art Metallic. And again, Walmart carries these. I'm going to give this a chance to dry just a minute. I even put, looky, I even put on new paper. I have no plan. You can see how sheer that went on. You can still see the lines through it. You can also see all the big spots that I didn't get anything on. I got enough on my hand to do that. Anyway, we'll put stuff over that. Okay, now back to the original plan. There for a while, I was doing this every time we got together. And I put it on the card because you can kind of control it. All about organic marks. No perfection. Let's see what else I can pleasure myself with. Rose Chrome by Martha Stewart. So here I'm going to kind of mimic the feel of it, but with different colors. This Rose Chrome isn't going to show up all that well. Oh yeah, but where it does. Ooh, that's pretty. Woohoo! Now I've got some left. I'm just going to. Now you'll have to wait a few minutes for that to dry. Believe me, I know. Yeah. I even fixed myself. Look, I've got my gel plates. They each have a piece of plastic, and I put them on a packing piece of foam so that they don't get dents. And then I've got a little basket right here with a piece of plastic for quick sumi ink or acrylic paint. I've got matte mediums and gessos, tapes, glue sticks, and my jelly roller, And that's about it. This is just stuff that I use and I need it at hand no matter what I'm working on. So I did that. I mean, you know, come on, we're getting into the spirit of the new year here. I'm going to lower you just a little bit. There. Okay. All right. Let me see what y'all are doing while that continues to dry. Hey, function of light one. I like that. I think I'll call you light one because I do not remember. I do good to remember this. If this is your first time here, I appreciate the likes and the subscriptions. Yeah, function. I mean, light one. You're liable to hear most anything. I try to hold the bad language down because my Joycey admin doesn't really like it, and so sometimes I try to hold it back. I do, especially on her page. So yeah, I did say paint booger. Oh, you guys are getting along. You're playing really nice together. All right. I'm going to dry this just a little bit. Silver's taking a while. Okay, now I pulled out some pinky papers. Let me know if my rustling paper is too much because Rosemary Morris was with me the other day. That's brighter than what I want today. That's a nice little piece. And she said it sounded like I was crinkling the newspaper. And I've got my laptop volume off. So let's see what we've got here. I'm going to tear this off for a minute. This is like a Warsash with Sumi ink. Now, everything that I tell you about here pretty much is a Robin McClendon idea. I don't claim any original ideas, but I can paint a face. Okay. Now, some of these pieces can be saved and reused because they're still pretty. Okay, now I want This is, I have no idea what this is. I thought it was part of the label for the longest time, but no, I think it's something that got on it at my desk. Anyway, this is one of the, I never can remember what they call it, MIDI, M-I-D-I StazOns, and they're in beautiful colors. And they, instead of doing the edge like people have done for ages because Tim Holtz did it, I'm not doing the entire edge. What I'm doing is letting that ink touch the edge of the raw paper and kind of see if I can get it to bleed into that rough edge. It's very subtle, but it's very effective. See, very simple. And this is not an expensive hobby at all, except that the manufacturers know that we like to buy stuff. So they keep coming out with all this new stuff that's so cool, we think we've got to have it all. And then you end up using your favorites. Or I do. But we're talking Goodwill, we're talking vintage stuff that, like old office papers, are perfect for jelly printing, old letterheads, and anything you can find at your thrift store are fabulous. And a jelly plate, you can use a small jelly plate, doesn't matter. And using paints from inexpensive paints from Walmart is really cool. Yep. Ah, there's something. Organic, remember, so we want to tear things. No measure. If you use a metal ruler that's got cork on the back, turn it over so that this space right here doesn't interfere. This is where the intuitive comes in. Just kind of dance it around. That gives me 3 items. Didn't want to go all the way to the top on these. I don't want to be matchy-matchy. There, I think that might work. Now, I found Uhu sticks. Robin uses these, and that's what keeps these books so flat. And I won't use anything else now. For some reason, they went up on their price, like 30%. Went from $22 for 12. This is the big stick. To 27, and I was really on a tight budget right then. Well, I still am. Fixed budget and all that. Fixed income. So I didn't get any, and I was really, that's another reason why I didn't do so much the last month, is because I was out of my oohs. Anyway, I was fiddling around Christmas and found some that were in the warehouse, Amazon warehouse, that the packing was damaged. They didn't bother me a bit, so I got them for 20. Be careful with your humidity where you are, because if you get the glue on your page, it may not dry really well. But I can line my pieces up where I want them better if I do that. Robin lives in Arizona, and hers make a mess in her book, so she always glues on another piece of paper. Hi, Uhu. Welcome back, old friend. And sometimes this is an index card, so it should be okay. But sometimes you'll want to put something down that might be just a little bit heavier. You use Aleene's Tacky Glue is good. It's a drier PVA, not so wet as Elmer's. All those white glues are PVAs, but they've just got more water. Some of them have more water in them. And I get these for $1, which is a perfect size at Dollar Tree. Yeah, see how nice that little bit of dark around that makes? And that is it on that one. See what y'all are doing. Okay, Light One, you can catch us on the replay, and I hope you come back. Bad language is half of my vocabulary. I am a sailor in disguise. No offense to sailors. Yeah, that's kind of pretty. Just simple. Okay, now. Take another swig of my Slim Fast. I don't drink these to lose weight, which I do need to do, but I drink them as a meal replacement. And the beauty of this is that I've got these paints kind of separated from all of my others. So when I see this, it really is the same color that I picked for this background all these many months later. So that's cool. I like it going this way. Just trim this right here. And I don't want strips as same width. So And this is just a wipe off print from something. So my studio used to be really clean and neat. My oils over there, my pastels over there, and this was watercolor, you know, general projects. Self-portrait I did it myself a long time ago. Well, long ago that my hair was still bright red. And be careful there because you're going. No, that'll work. No rules. This is just what feels right. That's a good black mark to save. I think that's good. This is what I love. Look at how this piece of paper ended up with the same angle on each end, but going different directions. It's almost the same angle. You'd think I planned it. All right, I'm just going to go ahead and put that down because I like it so far. Junk paper, guys. You never get bubbles in your paper using Uhu. Now there's that mark. And here's some marks. These are just made with a brush, just making marks, and they're great. I'm going to play with that one. Great for times like this. This is also on some kind of, I don't know, rice paper or something. It's a little bit translucent. So it may disappear, which is good. And I must be doing something right out in the social media world. I have increased followers on Facebook and my art group over there, Axully Art, like 30% since the first of the year. And I think it's because I got active in some new art groups. I think when people pay for a class, they're a little more prone to get involved. So, of course, that means that I get involved. Joyce, did you get your Amazon's use. And now the ragged edge does help disappear it a little. A little. There. Simple. Wiki likes that. This can be very relaxing. Okay, see what y'all are up to. Oh, that's right. Y'all don't do prom. We should be getting here pretty soon. Okay, here we go. Turn the page. Just about through. This is a piece of white textured wallpaper. And if you go to Wallpaper Direct, you can get 10 or 15 sheets. I don't remember exactly how many for free. These make wonderful pattern texture plates for your jelly plate or to use as stamps somewhere else. So I think I might use that. And what color do I want to use for a base? Randy put a whole package of Slim Fast in the outside beer box. And they froze. So this has been out for 2 hours and it's just now getting drinkable. Looking in my bucket for something to grab my attention. Now I think that might grab my attention. I'm almost out. That's bad news. Almost out of Titan Buff. I may use that color. Okie dokie. Mr. Titan Buff. Yeah, baby. And covering up the lines isn't that important at all. Well, anyway, Joycey, I got mine, and just like they said, all that was wrong with it was the outside cellophane was torn. I don't care because I was going to tear it anyway. I always try to shop in the warehouse. I've gotten some pretty good buys. Okay. Now then, what are we going to do? And I've lost my prescription readers. And I was thinking that it would be in the case, since for the longest time yesterday I couldn't find either one of them. But I found the case and there's no glasses. I'm not happy about that, because these doggone grown-up old lady glasses don't let me see as good. Okay, take these off. I want my, I think I'll use that one. Those of you who don't know me, keep your hand off the wet paint, Vic. I have cruddy jelly plates. This is a beautiful color. It's from Dick Blick Matte Acrylic. It's their student grade line, and it really, there's some beautiful colors in their matte. So you're going to get a little bit more of a chalky finish. I forgot where I saw my little. It is. That went something that I'll be looking for. I think I got a little overzealous with some of the paint. It's all over the. Okay, now this is a very thin coat, because this is a little more opaque. And I forgot to, there wasn't much on there, but just want to crack open some of that stuff. Ooh, yeah, this works great. Now, if I hurry, I can put some of that down there, maybe. Very faint, but I like it. I don't want perfect, so whoop, a little bit heavy there, Vic. Actually, the print off the paper was the prettier one. So let's just do that again. I think I got 30 or 40 of these. You get some free and free shipping, and then you can buy others for $1 a piece or something like that. Now that's not what you were going to do. Got busy talking. That's good. It gives us an all over pattern. And by holding the plate up when I lay it down, gives me jaggedy lines, which is more organic. The word of the year, organic. Good. That was cool. Okay, so we've got a little bit of pattern. I don't like that great big block, but that's not any big deal. You see what I got? Pinks. I got some copper. I've got this little thing that keeps popping up. It's kind of bright, so I got to decide if I want to go bright. That's more like that than pink. Sorry for the jiggling. I've got this. This was, I don't know if y'all remember or not. It's been several years ago when I did my spin art practice. And this was the riding pen like they train horses in that I put up all around it. And I got some of the best patterns. And this is a Japanese fabric that I found online and printed. Those two do go well together. Not too bad, not too bad. I don't have to use the whole thing. This is on a cheapy paper. Debbie Epps used to know the name of it or gave it tag paper, maybe. And you buy it in the school section, like the kids section. See, that's kind of pretty with that. No. I think that might be good. Let's see if I can tear this. In a circle. And it's funny when I get through with one of these sessions, it looks like I painted the paper especially to go together. A little pop of that color right there is not bad at all. And here's some script that is on tea-dyed parchment paper. And I was having trouble getting it to feed, so it printed over itself. And I saved it. And putting it on backwards like that could be really cool. Checking to see if these edges have been torn or cut. if they've been torn, they glue down much better. Oh, wait, I forgot about these little pieces up here. That's nice. That's just a scrap. So I could use that over here. Talking to myself. Dang, I like that. Am I getting a yelling from the peanut gallery? Hi, Gail. Shelly? Hello, hello. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put that down. See, if I pull that all the way off and glue it, I'm not going to get it back. I can always sneak a little bit of glue under the edge, like there. In there. But I really have not had any problem with the glue staying sticky or getting dirty. How perfect those colors are. Okay. Now, let's see. I want this one. Going to tear off a little bit at the top and the bottom. Perfect. Okay, now I do need my glue sheet. And glue the whole thing down. And I really don't care if that edge sticks up a little bit, but I don't want it to bend either. That's just about perfect. I like it a lot. Okay, so now we've got 3 items here. Tear this off so I can get a little bit closer. Don't want to tear off my dribble marks. No, you don't want to go in that way because the drip should be going up. All right, I'm just going to go all the way around this. And this is printed on newspaper? I don't remember. Well, let's see. Turn this upside down, and you got that white you need to get rid of. This is where having fingernails would be. Turn that upside down, and that hides that spot just a little where it's curved off. I like it. Here we go. The Uhu doesn't have too long of a drying open time. This method also helps get it on there a little better before it dries. And we're going to find out because I just got some on the paper. Okay. Y'all glad the holidays are over? Again, this just amazes me that those look so good together, and they didn't really. Simple, simple. I think I'm gonna keep going. What time is it? 5:13, which is kind of about when I'm getting a little droopy. Let's see. Ooh, there we got some color. We'll have to deal with that. I mean, I don't have to. I can cover it, but pull these back out. That's perfect. And we've got a circle stand. We've already used this, and this we've used. And this is some coffee dyed scrap, some bronze, some paper, tea dyed. No, that's echo dyed. That's from Rosemary's house. Some of this is bluey greeny. I didn't use bluey greeny before because I got off on that pink. All right, let's see what we can do here. See, look, that's what that came from. Isn't that cool? My mind was saying, do I want to cut it with scissors? And then my mind said, no. You couldn't imitate this if you wanted to do it over and over. That's what you call fussy tearing. I just think this is the coolest thing ever. Actually, I'm doing a pretty good job of fussy tearing. I can decide about leaving this or cutting it off in a minute. Okay, now let's go around that with I can find it easily. That's good. Blue stays on is Blue Hawaii. Let's use it. This will help make those torn edges look like I meant for them to be there. Just kind of wicks right up into the white. These are perfect size too to work with. Except when I get in a hurry and get it over the top. Slow down. Nobody's gonna take it away from you. Alrighty. Alrighty. Okay, so I'm going to put some more of that. That's the advantage of using the same paints. And that was just something that was left over on a brush or something. I'm glad for things to get back to normal. Whatever normal is. Still got eyes. I think I'm going to do that. Trim the jaggedy edge off. I think I like it. And then this, I'm going to cut the I think I'll use the same blue. Blue. Some paper's wicked. Better than others. That sounds like an old disco song. Wicked. Wicked, baby, wicked. I know I'm not right. And see, that's even got some pink and red in it. We'd be cool. Don't overthink it. There, that'll do it. Put it down. I kind of got that down low, didn't I? On the down low. I think I'm going to glue it again since I butchered that one so good. Let's put this about right there. I think. Okay. Straighten it just a hair. Ooh, I see you. Ah! Well, there's a pearl from something else I did. Isn't that the sound of an empty book? All right. Still got ice. Oh, look. There's a repeating curve. Isn't that special? I think we'll just use it. Very good, very good, very good. And I got to use those bright pieces of inkjet. You might get some interesting colors off black text if it's printed with color. That would mean you get some reds. Perfect. Wild, but perfect. You see what y'all are doing. Woo, I like. I could do a little more dark in that, but I think I'm gonna leave it. I gotta find the refills for some of those pens I got. Okay, let's see what we can do with the greenies I pulled. Put that over there. Use that. Coffee mark. There's a greenie and a greenie and a greenie. Got some greenies here. There's some more of those pinkies that are so pretty. Greenie, 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 greenie. Hey, okay, I'm gonna put that one back because I think I've got plenty here. That would just be real cool covering that whole page. Which I think is exactly what I'm going to do. I'm not going to think that one too much. See if I need to trim that first. Because I can trim off that much. Okay. Let's trim a little off of this. That will help. Now, if I just glue to that mark, I'll be good. I think I'm going to go ahead and lay that down because the paper is not really it's kind of thin. There. Ruler in the floor. We'll let that set up for a minute. Now then. Excuse me. I don't know where that coffee's coming from. That's a little too greeny. Let's see what these two. This is our painter's. Nope, it's not either. This is packing material from some purchase or other. Nope. This is an encaustic monotype. Something like that. And that one might go there. And it does pick up some. I've already used that. Maybe. Maybe, baby. I got eyes for you. Let's turn this down. Joycey, do you suppose my prescription readers are with my Neo 2s? They're not really readers, they're astigmatism. And they sure do help over these daggone trifocals. All right, now we can kind of see where we are. That one might come together like that. Yeah, hello, all you lurkers. I saw Joycey. Say hello. Hello. Not that. What else did I have? God, this old paper is just like tearing nothing. Okay, so let's see. Actually, that's 3 things, so that's could be enough. Not bad. Okay, so we've got some things over here. We don't need to use this whole piece. Especially since it's doubled. I'm going to put a coat of Titan Buff on there. Wet wipe. Sounds like Papa's home. Good timing, huh? What did I do with my credit card? There it is. We went out in the boat this afternoon. Duck hunting season, so oops, there's quite a bit left on there. Put that on there for another day. Okie dokie. See? Oops, that doesn't work. I want the ragged edge out. And it doesn't bother me at all if it's crooked. Well, I meant, offsets that angle right there. And then we've got this one. I'll tell you what. Let's get this one down right now. I lost my pipette. Hello, yoo-hoo. Should have known they'd be back early because it's dark. I'm so glad I did this today. Alrighty. Now we've got coffee stain. And we've got torn paper. Except I think we did it like that. No. Like that. Yep. And then put this little raggedy piece on top. We have gotten 4 spreads done today. That's the same. I put my coffee stain in a different spot, but that doesn't matter. I think I like it overlapping just a little. Alrighty. Now, let's go back. One, two, buckle my shoe. 3, 4, shut the dove. 5, 6, pick up sticks. 7, 8, don't be late. Whoops. I guess I need the scissors for that one. I thank y'all mightily for being here. And I will see you again on Thursday. And if there are no more questions, please share and follow and do all that good stuff. And I will see you guys Thursday. I just moved my screen out of the way. There it is. Okay, over and out. I love you guys. Bye.